Hello, today I'm going to present the SQL bookmarks that we chose. So regarding the workload division, Aoife did the introduction to triggers slides. She also did the one about the creation of the triggers. Crystal and myself, I did the trigger syntax slides and as well as the slides editing and the voiceover. Nessa did the SQL sublanguages slide and Antonia did the variables in Transact one. Variables in Transact. So the reason Antonia chose this bookmark is because it gives good example. Indeed, it's going to give you typical use of variables in Transact example. It also gives information and warning about evaluation as well as code snippet that have a copy button, which can be very handy. Regarding the content of the website, it covers the SQL basics such as declaration, setting, and the scope. It also covers the usage of the select function and tables. Finally, it also explains edge cases, such as the var, the scalar, and the select returns multiple row. The SQL sublanguages. The reason NASA chose this bookmark is because the website clearly provides the different sublanguages that are involved in SQL. It is nicely laid out and the definitions are easy to understand. And finally, it also gives some nice example on the SQL language, which makes it easy for comprehension and understanding. Regarding the content of the website, it describes how a database management language like SQL can contain four sublanguages within itself. It gives a nice definition and explanation of the four principal sublanguages, making it very informative to those interested in learning SQL. Introduction to triggers. The reason Aoife chose this bookmark is because it explains what triggers are so that you can understand them before you start using them. There is no redundancy, as it only gives you the necessary information without waffling. It also has links on terms you might not understand that bring you to pages explaining them. Regarding the content of the website, it describes how triggers work and when they are needed. It also explains that a trigger is a set of SQL statements that is invoked automatically when a change is made to the data on the associated table, and that a trigger is invoked either before or after the data is changed. Creating website. The reason Aoife chose this bookmark is because it provides clear and concise information about the commands used for triggers in SQL. It also explains exactly how to create a trigger and goes through the steps you have to take to make one. And finally, it also have a main example that you can follow in order to create your own trigger. Regarding the content, the website lays out clearly the syntax needed when creating triggers, and states and explains each steps you have to take when making a trigger for the first time. It also lists the different options you can use in each part of a trigger statement and has a thorough example of a trigger being created. Triggered syntax. The reason I chose this website is because the information is clearly laid out and is not overwhelming. There are visual examples and each example is broken down for better understanding into bullet points. In addition to that, certain words and statements are links providing further information about them. Regarding the content, this website goes through all the different statements that can be used creating a trigger in different situations. Our presentation is coming to an end. Thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed.